Life is a progression of decisions, everyone guiding us down a special way. The way of thinking of aloofness advocated by any semblance of Marcus Aurelius and Seneca offers significant bits of knowledge into making choices that can significantly mold our lives in significant ways. In this investigation, we'll dive into 10 choices enlivened by indifferent standards that have the ability to change your venture. These choices are not just brief moments but rather conscious decisions that line up with the core precepts of emotionlessness, leading to an existence of intelligence, flexibility, and reason. So, we should leave on an excursion of self-revelation and strengthening as we uncover the 10 choices that can truly change your life from the perspective of emotionlessness. Say yes to what makes a difference. There's a statement from Marcus Aurelius that always profoundly impacts me. At the point when you emerge toward the beginning of the day, consider what a valuable honor it is to be alive, to inhale, to remember, to appreciate, to love. What he shows us here is straightforward yet significant. In the midst of the everyday hustle and clamor, we frequently fail to remember the straightforward marvel of being alive. So, by saying okay to life, we're really recognizing this honor. Seneca, in his turn, reminds us, it isn't so much that we have a brief time to live, but that we waste a lot of it in different words. We often get diverted by little things, passing concerns, and exercises that don't enhance our lives. We should be selective about what merits our yes. Ask yourself, is this really significant? Will it matter in a year, 5 years, or a decade? Saying yes to what makes a difference is understanding that each moment is valuable and should be utilized wisely. Each time we say yes to something, we're certainly saying no to something else. So, my dear, whenever you feel lost or overwhelmed, remember the wisdom of the Stoics. They help us to treasure life, live deliberately, and focus on what really matters. Life is short, and every moment is a gift. Embrace these lessons, say yes to what genuinely matters, and live an existence of direction and meaning. Your entire being will much obliged. Before we proceed, consider giving us a like and subscribing to our channel. This way, you assist us with bringing more significant content like this. Thank you kindly. Let's continue. Be focused. Remember those expressions of Marcus Aurelius, you have control over your psyche, not outside events. Understand this, and you will track down strength. What does that mean? Well, life has its own flow. Sometimes things don't go as we expect, and many circumstances are outside of our reach. However, we have unlimited authority over how we react to those circumstances, and this is where discipline comes in. If we train our psyche to be calm and focused, even in affliction, we can navigate life with much more grace. Now, contemplate the insightful words of Seneca, we become what we ponder most of the time, and that is the most peculiar mystery. Each action we take, each decision we make shapes our future. Assuming we decide to be focused, now, even if it seems challenging at first, we are establishing the vibe for the rest of our lives. You see, being focused isn't just about trying hard or keeping rules. It's about recognizing that we have a choice. We can let life lead us, or we can take the reins and steer our own way. And by choosing the latter option, by choosing discipline, we are opting for a life of purpose and significance. Don't experience ahead of time. In the journey of life, it's easy to fall into the trap of suffering prematurely. We often end up troubled by worries and tensions over what's to come, creating unnecessary trouble in the present moment. It's in times like these that the wisdom of aloofness, as taught by philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, can offer comfort and guidance. Seneca once said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." This quote illustrates a profound truth: much of our suffering stems from our own thoughts and projections about what could happen. We allow our minds to conjure situations that may likely never occur, and in doing so, we deprive ourselves of the peace that resides in the present moment. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminds us, don't disturb yourself by imagining your life overall. Don't gather to you the many and varied troubles which have come to you in the past and will come in the future. This advice encourages us to focus on the present moment, to deal with challenges as they arise, instead of troubling ourselves with a hypothetical accumulation of hardships. Quit fooling around. In the hug of each spending day, there lies a gold mine of moments waiting to be used wisely. Yet, too often, we find ourselves entrapped by the charm of hesitation, that thief of time and foe of progress. Drawing from the immortal wisdom of emotionlessness, let us unravel the veil that hesitation casts over our lives. Seneca, with his insightful words, reminds us, putting things off is the biggest waste of life. The act of procrastinating tasks, dreams, and desires blinds us to the potential of the current moment. Our experience on this planet is a gift not to be wasted in the trap of inactivity. Imagine, my dear friend, a boat setting sail without a goal. It drifts aimlessly, its crew caught in the currents of inactivity. Similarly, when we procrastinate, we allow the tides of time to carry us along without direction. But, as Seneca rightly puts it, begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. By starting each task immediately, we assert our agency over time itself. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, offers a lamp to illuminate our path. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. The truth of life's fleetingness highlights the urgency to act, to seize every moment with deliberate intent. When we confront procrastination with this perspective, its allure melts away. Control your emotions. As we navigate the tapestry of existence, our emotions often sweep us like whirlwinds, tossing us back and forth in the maelstrom of old wisdom from the unemotional sages Marcus Aurelius and Seneca. We find guidance to steer our personal boat amidst the storm. Our emotions can flourish in the soil of our imagination, sprouting as distorted perceptions. Let us pause and discern the truth of our sentiments, distinguishing between the valid moment and the narratives spun by our minds. Marcus Aurelius, in his Reflections, imparts, "Little is needed to make a happy life, it is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." This reminder tells us that the fabric of our emotions is painted by the brush strokes of our perspectives. Embrace the ability to shape your inner dialogue, shaping your deep landscape into one of strength and peacefulness. Imagine emotions as rivers flowing through your domain. You are the steward of these waters, capable of directing their course. Seneca's wisdom shows us, "He who is brave is free." Indeed, freedom blossoms when we become the architects of our deep responses, tethering them to our wise intentions. Are you attracted to emotionless thinking? Here's something tailor-made for you. Don't pass up on the opportunity to redefine your financial future. Get The Way of the Prosperous Indifferent ebook now. Click the link in the first stuck comment and open a way to enduring overflow. Focus on how far you can still go. In many moments, it's easy to cast our eyes upon the territory already covered, choosing not to move on from steps we've taken. Seneca reminds us, we are always complaining that our days are few and going about as though there would be no end of them. Often, we waste precious moments ruminating on what's already past, forgetting that every day is a canvas waiting for our strokes. We should shift our gaze from what's behind to the path that still stretches ahead. Let the awareness of life's transience push you forward, guiding your thoughts and actions toward meaningful undertakings. Consider your life's journey as a path that winds through valleys and peaks. Seneca's insight awakens, it isn't the fact that we do make things difficult, but rather, we don't even think that they are difficult. Embrace the challenges that lie ahead as opportunities to grow, to rise higher, and to build the strength of character that only the actual journey can present. Treat others. Imagine life as a grand ensemble, with every person representing a unique note. In this ensemble, our individual songs harmonize to create a song that transcends time. We are waves of the same sea, leaves of the same tree, flowers of the same garden, all of us are part of the same intricate composition. Interconnected and linked, the fulfillment of your life depends on the quality of your perspectives. Just as we cultivate our own thoughts and emotions, so can we shape our world through acts of empathy. Consider a smile shared with a stranger, a simple action that can echo through their day, brightening moments they encounter. Consider yourself a gardener, tending to the garden of humanity. Just as each flower requires nurturing and care, each soul seeks understanding and kindness. We should give as we would receive, gladly, readily, and without hesitation, for there is no grace in a favor that sticks to the fingers. Remember the times when someone's warmth and thoughtfulness gave you a boost. Just as their actions left an imprint, your acts of empathy can ignite hope in others. It's like being a beacon guiding ships through turbulent waters. In these connections, you're not just helping others, you're also nurturing your own soul. Focus on what you have some control over. Again, imagine life as a ship navigating turbulent oceans. The wind and waves represent the unpredictable currents of existence, while the boat's rudder symbolizes your decisions and actions. Just as a skilled mariner adjusts the rudder to navigate the boat through storms, so can you steer your life by focusing on your personal choices and responses. Consider what is happening where external events stir anxiety within you, just as a storm looms on the horizon. By focusing on your internal reactions and choosing a calm response, you're transforming a whirlwind into a gentle rain. Just as a diligent gardener tends to their garden, you can nurture your mind by planting seeds of positivity and care. Consider the sun rising each day, a constant you can rely on. Similarly, you have the power to rise above the external turbulence by embracing your inner strength. The Stoic philosophers liken this strength to a steadfast fortress, a refuge you build by focusing on your thoughts and actions. Remember when you faced a challenge that seemed insurmountable. Through focused effort and perseverance, you overcame it. This principle is rooted in the Stoic philosophy of focusing on what's within your control, just as a sculptor shapes a masterpiece out of marble. Look silly. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a dance floor, hesitant to join in due to fear of looking foolish. This fear, like a barrier, holds us back from new experiences and growth. The Stoics remind us that true growth often comes from stepping out of our comfort zones, even if it means momentarily appearing naive or unskilled. Consider a child learning to ride a bike. Initially, they wobble and fall, seeming foolish in their attempts. But with each fall, they learn, adjust, and eventually excel at balancing. Similarly, when we allow ourselves to embrace new challenges, we grow, develop, and gradually become more skilled. Marcus Aurelius' words resonate here: the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Challenges are not obstacles to avoid but powerful opportunities to seize. They become the stepping stones that lead us toward growth and self-discovery. Remember, our comfort zones may offer a sense of security, but they're also stagnant pools where growth stagnates. By seeking challenges, we're embarking on the vast ocean of life, embracing the unfamiliar winds and waves that guide us to new horizons. What was your take on these 10 lessons? Please share your valuable opinion in the comments.